Hello everyone, let's take today's topic. After the success of the Mendel laws, there are various patterns are also present which are not according to Mendel. Mendel gave three laws: law of dominance, law of segregation, law of independent assortment, which are not universally accepted. It got huge success, but it is not universally accepted. There are some other patterns are also present in our surrounding. We'll take first, which is you can call also the exception of Mendel's law. First one is incomplete dominance. Other patterns of inheritance will discuss about incomplete dominance. And this incomplete dominance, it is observed in various plants. Snapdragon, Mirabilis jalapa, there is plants which is known as snapdragon. Mirabilis jalapa, these are the name of the plants where we have incomplete dominance. What is incomplete dominance? We'll take in the detailing of this topic. In snapdragon, there is a various kinds of flower are there, and for that we have a dominance as well as recessive, as we know that we have a contrasting trait. There is dominant character, there is recessive character. Dominant flower was red and it is white. Recessive is white. They are parent. We have that one. Production of gametes we can form in this way also. We can match. Here we have the production of F1 generation. What we have? F1 generation. And here we have the formation of gametes. What is happening in F1 generation? Try to understand. This is responsible for red in color. That flower will be red in color. This is a dominant factor, and this is recessive factor. It is responsible for white in color when it is present in homozygous recessive condition. What we are getting? We are getting that mixing of in F1 generation. We know that when pure is mixed, we have the production of hybrid. That is according to Mendel, that pure is mixing and we have the production of hybrid. But when we have the observation, when we apply here Mendel's law, what could be the phenotype? See here, in F1 generation, when we apply Mendel's law, dominant factor is there. Along with recessive. It means law of dominant states that in the presence of the dominant factor will have the appearance of the dominant characteristics, but it is not here. That's why we are talking about the exception. In F1 generation will not have the red flower. Here we have what we have? Pink. All the flowers in F1 generation, they are pink, and it is not following law of dominance. That's why we have this one, incomplete dominance. What does it mean? Incomplete dominance, when we define, that is in the presence of the dominant factors are not able to express themselves despite of having dominancy. They are not able to express themselves, and that is incomplete dominance. It means dominant factors are there but they don't express themselves. That is a presence of dominant but not expressing. That is we call incomplete dominance. Then we will have also F2 generation. F2 generation, we have selfing. We'll check ratio also. Whenever we have selfing, try to understand here F2 generation. We have like this. Let's put into Punitive Square to get F2 generation. And we'll have also change in the ratio. That phenotype will change. See that one. Punitive Square, very simple. You have done many times. This is Punitive Square. What is there? We have this one, this one, this one, this one. This is red. When we write, what we are observing here? We are observing there is genotypic ratio, that is 1 this one, 2 this one, and 1 this one. So what is the genotypic ratio? 1:2:1. When we observe the phenotypic ratio, see that phenotypic ratio, red is 1, pink are 2, and that white is 1. It means 1:2:1. Genotypic ratio and phenotypic ratio is also same. It is also not changing in F2 generation also. F2 generation, what we are getting here? We are getting the same genotypic and phenotypic ratio. So genotypic and phenotypic ratio are same, and it is observed in Snapdragon mirabilis jalapa. These are the examples of the plants where we have incomplete dominance. That is the first exception of the Mendel's law. It is not following law of Mendel's. We discussed in F1 generation also it is not followed, and F2 generation also it is not followed. F2 generation we have 1:2:1 genotypic ratio and 3:1 phenotypic ratio. We don't have here. You can see phenotypic ratio is like genotypic ratio. So it means it is completely not following Mendel's law. That's why we are discussing about the other patterns of inheritance despite of having Mendel's work. We'll take next pattern of inheritance, that will be codominance.